Hello, hello, hello. Alright, so the past couple times that I have tried to stream anything, the video quality was garbage. I'm hoping I have that fixed now, but I have no idea. So we're gonna find out. Alright, so first let's go ahead and pull this up. Made some fairly decent progress on this today. Not as much as I probably could have. Had my focus split a little bit today. Had to get my office space cleaned up, which is coincidentally also my bedroom. And then on top of that, excuse me, I also worked on helping out my old man with some things. He's renovating a bathroom in the house right now, so that required some assistance from me. That said, let's go ahead and dive into this. So I've started modeling, or excuse me, texturing and doing a little bit of modeling on the interior. Go ahead and select this little dude here. Still have some more to do. You can see the obvious seams right here. I'm doing my usual technique of basically UV mapping everything to a texture atlas and going from there. Some of this stuff may change, I'm not sure yet. But more or less, I like the direction that it's heading in. So, yeah. But one thing I did do today was I went ahead and I pulled this into Unity. Our usual scale figure shot, and then zoom out. I think once I get the trimming done, it'll actually look a lot better. Right now, it's just kind of whatever at the time for right now. Yeah. All of these seams are gonna have to be covered up with trimming. I may have to do a little bit of work here. There's just barely enough detail in there. Just barely enough. And for the record, this isn't really a takeoff. Like, this isn't like a landing takeoff strip. This is like a... best way I can put it. It's more like a... more like a staging area was how I would characterize it. Not really intended for taking off, but rather staging. Alright, so one of the things that I did rig up while I was in here when this thing lands, it looks like I forgot to parent one of these. That fixed right quick. Make parent. Yeah, we're good here. The idea here is that when this thing lands, wherever it is, by landing I mean comes out of warp near a planet or whatever, this deploys upward, and this thing here would pitch downwards. So normally this would be in travel mode. I've got the parenting on that screwed up. Do this for the time being. What travel mode looks like for this. This is basically to shield this area. So if you had fighters out here for a fast deployment on land, you could do that. And this would protect them. Right. Teeny lights there. Excuse me. Yeah, not much to this just yet. Still kind of getting this whole thing set up in here. Only just recently gotten this thing brought into Unity, so, you know, still working on it. There's still a lot of work to do in here, actually. I actually need to flip the normals on this, and these interior components. But the bridge is all wrong, too. Yep, looks like it. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. Go back to Blender here. Select, select, select. We want to flip our normals. Make sure we select all of our faces. Triangulate the faces. Go back to object mode and export. Untriangulate, save. Show that in the Explorer. for our scale model here. Obviously, I don't have anything UV mapped in here just yet, so none of this is ready. Some of these rooms may be scaled down a little bit, because when you really think about it, come on, this is kind of massive. Ceiling wise is fine, but the actual like length and width of the room is a little much. Turn the music down just a little bit more. Barely hear myself think. Whoa. Same thing here. These are probably too big. I'm half tempted to put some kind of force field in here somewhere. Not sure where just yet, but it'll all just kind of come down to what I can get done as time goes by. How I feel about certain things. The one thing I need to get in here is launch tubes and some kind of launch rail system that will launch sort of standardized fighter drones, or basically just small micro fighters that are small enough to fit in there. So yeah. I like the way it's turned out so far. This is definitely the most detailed ship I've ever made so to date. Pre-visualization is, pretty important part of the art process. Getting in here and just kind of looking at things and seeing how they render out in the engine. We're going to put mesh collider on this. How far up is this thing? 69,000. Let's bring it down just a little bit. Mesh collider on that as well. Just in case I fall down there. Which I may hop down there just for that, just for kicks. Alright, let's see if I can actually get this to play. I'm going to play in 1080p. Zoom in a bit here. Hit play. Boy, I hope this doesn't kill the stream quality, because that would suck. It was to be working. These do not have colliders on them. So we will just push through these if we try to. Probably do something about that later. And we're falling. Oh man. Do look at that. The reason you can see the fire from all the way up here is because I need a specialized shader to make that blend with the atmosphere and clouds. So, yeah, using Unity's default shader for the high definition render pipeline does not blend automatically, so I will have to make a specialized version. Luckily, I've done it before, and I used a step-by-step guide, so it shouldn't be that difficult. But yes, we can already make this this transition from space to planet, and then back again, assuming we can actually get a flying machine. I've got to finish out the fighter model next, or at least get it to a better spot than where it is now. And I have fall damage turned off, otherwise what I would do is whip out a parachute and we would fly around on a parachute, or glide around on a parachute. This is still using all the standard Unity terrain stuff. I have yet to actually implement, excuse me, I have not yet implemented the terrain foliage thing I was working on earlier. That's something that actually needs a lot more development before it's ready. Go ahead and stop that. Right. So, yeah. Just because I'm curious for how far up we can go before we start seeing some kind of issue with rendering. Grab the wrong thing here. Let's go all the way up here. Because usually on, especially with, oh, excuse me, especially with Unity, what you usually run into is floating point issues, or floating point errors, where you're so far away from the world center that the artwork starts getting jittery. So we're going to give this a try. Just as an experiment. Of course, Unity is taking its time. If you're hearing a high-pitched sound in the background, that's the 3D printer going. I'm still printing things for a future project. I gotta say, this isn't too bad, actually. I know they said Unity 6 was a lot more stable. And we are definitely getting floating point errors. Literally see the character jittering up and down, so it is definitely happening. Yeah. It's a long way down. I'm not gonna make everybody sit through this. But anyways, I figured I'd show this off. Show off the work that was, the progress that was made, I should say. Go back to 1440. Go over here. Go ahead and take the character all the way back down. I'm gonna go back to the carrier. And we're gonna take the carrier back up. Up to 40,000. Oh yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with this. I am going to snap a screenshot. Not too shabby. One of these days I'll have a way to generate better planetary textures. In the meantime, this will have to suffice. I feel like I should smooth that out there. Might record a couple of videos just of the artwork here. Throw up in various places. One thing I need to do is I need to come in here and in various places soften, like see these lines here. This shouldn't be here. I will need to fix that. Made a lot of good progress today though. Pretty satisfied. I think I'm going to go ahead and kill it here. So until next time, take care.